Oh, good morning. How are you today? Okay. You're going to be writing your assessment today, and you'll see what we're looking at. Okay. This is Eduway Christian Learning Center, Grade 7 assessment for week 2. Right. Okay. So you're going to start with the listening um, test. Okay. So you listen carefully, and then after you listen to track 18, then you answer the questions on page 74, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I'm about to play the track, so you listen carefully.
Track 18.
Alan Oliveira was born in Marabá, in Pará, Brazil, in 1992. As a young baby, he was very ill.
Track 18.
Alan Oliveira was born in Marabá, in Pará, Brazil, in 1992. As a young baby, he was very ill, and when he was only 3 weeks old, he had both legs amputated below the knee. However, by the age of 2, he had learned to walk using wooden legs, and by the age of 4, he was playing football, riding a bike, and swimming. When he was 8 years old, Alan saw a famous Brazilian sprinter, Robson Caetano da Silva, on TV, and he knew that he wanted to run too. He began to compete using wooden legs that were not at all good for sprinting, but he kept on running. At school, he started doing athletics with other children, and he could run as fast as any of them. When Alan was 13 years old, he was noticed by Brazil's youth talent team, and he went to live and train in São Paulo. He began to use carbon fiber blades at the age of 15, shortly before competing in his first Paralympics in Beijing in 2008. In 2012, he won the gold medal for the 200 meters at the London Paralympics.
Track.
Okay, that's all for track 18. So we're going further. This is listening 2, and you have another listening test on page 76.
Track 19. How did you do in the World Records quiz? Here are the answers. We're starting with sport. Number 1. The countries which have done best in the men's modern pentathlon since it was introduced at the modern Olympic Games are Sweden and Hungary. Number 2. Athletes can throw the javelin further than the discus or the shot put. So the answer is the javelin. Number 3. So in the Olympics, women have thrown the discus further than men. Why? Well, the reason is that the men's discus is twice as heavy as the women's discus. Now we move on to the natural world. Number 4. The animal which sleeps the most, at a record 22 hours a day, is the koala. No, it's not the sloth. Surprisingly, the koala sleeps even more than the sloth. A sloth only sleeps for 20 hours a day. And it's certainly not the giraffe, which only sleeps for 2. Next question, number 5. Which animal runs fastest over a short distance? It's a cheetah. A cheetah can run at 105 kilometers per hour. Number 6. Which animal weighs the most? Now, an African elephant weighs a lot, but not as much as a blue whale. The blue whale weighs an incredible 180,000 kilos. An African elephant weighs 6,000 kilos, and a hippopotamus only weighs 3,500 kilos. Number 7. Which animal lives longest? The giant tortoise lives longer than the other two. Giant tortoises live for about 150 years. So let's move on to science, technology, and communications. Number 8. Sound doesn't travel as quickly as light, so the answer is B. In fact, the speed of light is 1,000,000 times faster than the speed of sound, and the speed of sound is 100 times faster than an Olympic sprinter. Number 9. Which bridge takes longest to cross? The answer is A, the Jiaozhou Bay Bridge in eastern China. It's the longest sea bridge in the world. It's 42 kilometers long. The Lake Pontchartrain Bridge in Louisiana in the USA is just over 38 kilometers. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is just over 1 kilometer long. And finally, number 10. In 2010, a paper plane flew higher than any paper plane had flown before. How high did it fly? The flight took place in Spain, near Madrid. The plane was launched using a large helium balloon. It took 90 minutes to climb to 27.4 kilometers before the balloon burst. The plane took another 90 minutes to come gently back down to Earth. So the answer is C, 27.4 kilometers.
Okay, that's your listening for today. All the best.